No sooner had the Transcontinental Railway been finished than the Canadian Pacific Railway began promoting tourism in the mountains. To allow travelers to enjoy the high mountain peaks in Rogers Pass, the railway constructed tracks outside of several of the snow sheds in the pass to be used in summer. This also reduced the risk of sparks from passing trains setting the snow sheds on fire. In the summer of 1886, the Canadian Pacific Railway arranged the schedules of their transcontinental passenger trains so that they would stop for meals at 3 convenient locations in the mountains between Calgary and Vancouver: Mount Stephen House at Field, Glacier House in Rogers Pass, and Fraser Canyon House at North Bend in the Fraser River Valley. These meal stops eliminated the need to haul the heavy dining cars over the steep grades in the mountains. The site of Glacier House was chosen because it was a location not plagued by the threat of avalanche, and it was close to the Illecillewaet Glacier, source of the Illecillewaet River, which the railway would follow west to the second crossing of the Columbia River. Many passengers would stretch their legs with short walks after a meal. Some began asking to stay over for a few days to enjoy the spectacular scenery, and Glacier House soon expanded into a hotel and major tourist destination. Hiking in the mountains became a popular endeavor, with the Canadian Pacific Railway providing experienced Swiss mountain guides. The short hike up to the foot of the Illecillewaet Glacier was particularly popular. Glacier House became such a popular destination that an expansion was begun after only 5 years of operation. The first edition, known as the Annex, added 32 rooms to Glacier House in 1892. The Annex was followed quickly by the addition of a billiard room, a bowling alley, and an expanded dining room. A second annex, known as the Wing, was opened in 1914 with 54 rooms. The additions were added in a linear fashion along the foot of Abbott Ridge, so as to allow views of the Illecillewaet Glacier from most rooms. With the introduction of more powerful locomotives, the Canadian Pacific Railway added dining car service through the mountains in 1909. Negating the need for meal stop hotels. Then, when the Connaught Tunnel opened in 1916, the station was moved downhill adjacent to the West Portal. The following year, the tracks and most of the snow shed timbers were salvaged from the route over Rogers Pass. Glacier House carried on for a few more years, even though the primary reason for its existence had vanished, with the inauguration of through dining car service. There were plans to replace the aging building with a larger, grander hotel, but construction only got as far as laying the foundation. Glacier House was abandoned in 1926 and demolished in 1929.